I've done a lot of adventurous things in my life. I've been a mountain climber, a ski racer, and I've done all of them on one leg. I was born in Boston, Massachusetts, and I am from a family of 9 children. I would say the way to describe me as I was growing up was I was always moving. I was always shaking my leg under the table, spilling milk. I had to sit next to my father because he would manage me. Very active kid. My life changed dramatically when I was 13. I lost my leg when I was riding my bike down the street, and I was hit by a drunk driver and had my leg detached at the accident. Even at that age, I knew that I was lucky to live. I think at 13, everyone's life is changing dramatically, but then when you have such a big change in your physical appearance, and now I'm missing my leg at my hip, you know, that hit me hard. What the accident never changed is that my desire to be part of a group and to be active, and as a teenager, your identity is in a group. So I had lots of friends that were still my friends after my accident. And the only thing we could do, because I came from a town that didn't have a lot of money, is walk from one place to another. Like, I just remember walking around town, and so at a really early age, I learned to walk many, many miles. And I learned to kind of, I think, empower my body, and that helped my head, if that makes any sense. I knew my body could do all this. And it was painful in the beginning, but I learned to kind of deal with the pain and then adapt the crutches so it wasn't so painful. And it's sort of like when someone learns how to run, it's not always that natural in the beginning, and they learn to kind of break through the pain cycle. And so that was what I remember, and I remember that being a good thing, because to this day, walking and being active grounds me. The pleasure that I get from working really hard for something is incredible. I've been a ski racer. I raced with the U.S. disabled ski team for years, and in fact that was the same team that went to the Calgary Olympics in 1988. I've done a lot of climbing because skiing brought me into the mountains and they made me want to go higher. I climbed Mount Rainier, being the first woman to do so on crutches. The year later, I climbed Mount McKinley, and I'm really pretty excited to know, and I didn't realize this until after. I was the first amputee to do so. And I walked the Camino de Santiago in northern Spain. It's a pilgrimage, and it's 800 kilometers. And I did that in 2004. Size sticks came about because of my needs. Basically, they're functioning walking devices for people who want to get out and do more than just walk around the house. The equipment that was out there was destroying my joints, even as a young person. So pretty early on, I started adapting what was there so that I could walk longer distances, which is what I did when I was a kid. That's how Size Sticks came along, but the company itself, I don't think I intentionally wanted to open up a company. I'm an occupational therapist, and I was very happy working with children under 5. And I didn't want to start something new, but although my needs were met, what was happening is I was getting out there, and a lot of other people were interested in what I was doing. And we just realized that there was a market. So we ended up opening it up to other people, and it grows every year. It's amazing. All of us in life go through periods where we're faced with challenges, and they don't have to be as tragic as losing a leg. It can be the small things, and what I share is my journey and the things that I have found helpful for me. And one of the things that's really interesting is I don't always overcome my fears. In fact, sometimes I am so fearful, but I still do it. I just do it in fear, and it works out. Sometimes fear is about all the consequences of what's going to happen, or maybe in the past what's already happened to you that you don't want to happen again. And if you can live in the moment and go, okay, here's the next step, and here's the next step, it becomes manageable. And I really believe that's how I've been able to walk through pieces of my life.
So it is just like you said it would be. Life goes easy on me most of the time. And so it is the shorter story. No love, no glory. No hero in her sky. I can't take my eyes off of you. I can't take my eyes off of you.
Okay, I've been.
Shovel, it was so much work, and it was that fluffy, lovely.
I just love it. It's so beautiful.
About 5 days ago.
And we were talking about it, like how lucky we are to watch our mom get married to like the best guy we could have wanted her to get married to.
This morning when Jan arrived, we saw a pod of poker whales go up. Yes, about 10. It was amazing.
It's just fantastic. Yeah. Some of the stuff he's done too.
Okay, so go ahead.
Don't touch too much makeup.
Birds fly, dreams that you dream of,
Everyone, to the wedding of Sarah and Kara. Celebrate this wonderful union.
Support the marriage and the home in which it may flourish.
someday wish upon a star, wake up
Why I, Sarah Doherty,
behind.
you, Karen.
I do.
And I vow to be open to the truth.
So through the seasons of our lives, I will be with you, always.
I will love and honor you all the days of my life.
It is with great joy that upon the authority vested in me by the province of British Columbia, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Can't well, I see trees of green and red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and
Kara, when I met you in 2009 down on Cape Cod, I knew Sarah had done very well for herself. About these 3 hopes I have for you. I have to tell you about 2 couples. Honoring often is really about paying attention. Your life will not go unnoticed because I will notice. You know, my second hope for your marriage is that you make love dearly. And so, you know, to keep marriage alive, you've got to consistently nourish that relationship one day at a time. May your days hold more laughter and tears, more joy than sorrow.
so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up with
Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself.
How's your day going?
It's having a great day. I just love being outside in the snow, and it's been so much fun to access this area. You know, I've got my side sticks snow baskets on, and they make this possible for me to snowshoe in the mountains. And there's nothing better than being outside all day under blue skies in this beautiful area, having fun.
Yeah, what's not to like?
It's not to like.
and I owe it all to you.
'Cause I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you.
I've been waiting for so long, now I finally found someone to stand by me.
We saw the writing on the wall as we felt this magical fantasy.
Now with passion in our eyes, there's no way we could disguise it secretly. So we take each other's hand, 'cause we seem to understand the urgency.
I think she gets this from me.
Just remember,
You're the one thing
I can't get enough of.
So I'll tell you something.
This could be love,
Because I had the time of my life. I never felt this way before. Yes, I swear
I used to race with her, and she was an awesome racer. My name is Sarah Doherty, and I was sideswept by a drunk driver when I was riding my bicycle when I was 13. My disability is I'm a high amputee. I'm also an identical twin, so I think that immediately I felt like I was less identical, and I liked being identical to my twin. After I lost my leg, I was very athletic. I got into skiing and then ski racing. It brought me into the mountains. I was part of the U.S. disabled ski team, and it was just natural. You're in the mountains to want to go snowshoeing, and so I was forced to have to adapt equipment to do that. And what others might think is my biggest achievement is summiting Denali or Mount McKinley, which is what it was called when I did it in 1985. I was the first disabled person to actually summit that mountain, and I was forced to have to adapt equipment to do that. And in truth, that's all it is, was understanding that I'm significant, but not that significant. Nature can certainly do that for you. It wasn't to prove anything. In fact, it wasn't really advertised. Yeah, I think at the time, the only people that were concerned were people who actually really knew how to climb. I could have lost my life on the mountain. You can in high mountains. I think the only time I questioned it was when I was flying onto the glacier. It was like I knew I couldn't turn around, and that's the only time it was like, like I prepared as much as I could, but I just didn't know what the mountain was going to dish me, and yeah, I was a little overwhelmed. And then for a disabled person, I would say live fully, because once you do, you forget you're disabled, and the people around you forget that too. And that's liberating. That's part of defying convention. I see myself as an adaptive athlete, even though I'm not hardcore anymore. I think adaptive is more descriptive than disabled, because the dis puts the missing before the ability. You don't even have to be disabled. Just look at anyone. Do you look at them and look at the negative before the positive? But I'm talking to you as a disabled person, but this is a philosophy any person can take, because everyone struggles in life.
It might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. Of course I know I would be nothing without you.
Sarah Doherty is an occupational therapist turned inventor. We met her at the 2015 New York Metro Abilities Expo, where she had a booth for her company. Sarah lost a leg when she was 13 years old from a drunk driver.
I was active, and I wanted to return back to that active self. So I ended up finding a way to do that. I started adapting crutches.
By learning the art of adaptation, the door opened for her to get into occupational therapy school. She eventually took her skills to the next level and formed her own company called Side Sticks. Her high-performance crutches can have a variety of attachments put on them, so people can go hiking, mountain climbing, and snowshoeing. Sarah says the ADA has been important to her and many others.
I think what the Act does is it allows people to be educated to see what people with disabilities can do instead of not do.
Sarah says one of the keys is getting beyond visual differences.
When given a chance, or basic adaptations of the environment, so you make things accessible, it's amazing what a disabled person can do.
Sarah was part of the U.S. disabled ski team prior to the Paralympics. She also has climbed Mount McKinley.